How's it going, everybody? We're going to be doing a refresher course on the Shadow King trial. Here's the thing, though, guys. My team's giant. What you're about to see me do is going to be... It's going to look very suspect, because my teams are giant, and they're going to rip through it. But I'm going to talk about certain pain points and the best characters to bring in, especially when it comes to the Brawler section, setting up for the Brawler section, how I would handle the Merc/Undying section if I didn't have, like, a giant team all around, and some pain points with the Annihilators node that you can break through, and, of course, how you can skip that final node 10. So, if you are going for the Shadow King max out, you have to do difficulty 15. That is not an option. You have to have 6 stars on both the Illuminati and on your, those other guys are called the Annihilators team. That's going to get you up to milestone 15, and you won't have to do the final node. We are going to have to equip every single pack except the health packs, and I do believe that is enough to get us 9 nodes, get the final milestone, and we don't got to do the 10th node, even though the 10th node is, well, it's quite easy. So once we get in here, this is the unrestricted section. This is going to be important. We are going to prep this section with one character in particular. It's going to be very helpful, and that is going to be the one, the only Nightcrawler. There's other characters that you can prepare here. I don't mind preparing Gore to have a bunch of charges up. I think that's really cool, but it doesn't seem super necessary. So I'm just going to grab my Nightcrawler here, and I'm going to throw in some big boys to bring the noise and just break through everything. I'll use Mephisto. I'll use Falcon. That seems kind of wasteless. That seems kind of wasteful. Alright, let's just use Odin. We'll throw in Apocalypse. We'll throw in Super Skrull. Sure, this should be fine. This should be just good enough. And of course, guys, we are streaming live on Twitch right now. Now, I'm not going to be streaming for the rest of the week, but you guys need to head on over to Twitch. See whoever's streaming. We have the best Twitch content creators, the best community members, and this week there is a drops campaign for training materials, guys. Training materials, one of the giant bottlenecks in this game to leveling characters, and leveling characters is the biggest metric on getting your characters in a usable state for literally every single game mode. So make sure you're heading up, getting over those drops. I think it's 700 of the purple training materials, which is really, really good stuff, and it's free. Just got to hang out with some great people for 2 hours. Well, 1 hour for the materials, 2 hours to get you the costume. All right, where are we? This is going to be the final wave here. We can't use Mephisto later, so just go ahead and throw that ultimate. The only characters that we want to save our cooldowns on are going to be Nightcrawler and Apocalypse for this, particularly Nightcrawler Ultimate. You saw I did use his special. You don't have to do that. Apocalypse, I've used absolutely nothing. I literally only brought him because I wanted him to give additional damage to my teammates. And boom, boom, that's node 1. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's move on over to node 2, which is the Illuminati node. Now here's my brave take. If you're going for the Max Shadow King, you have at least gotten Captain Britain unlocked. And given the amount of shards that were in that orb a couple weeks ago, I'm going to say you have him at 4 stars. And when you have him at 4 stars, he is by far the best 5th member with this team. If you have Black Bolt built up, that's fine. Use Black Bolt. But if you don't have Black Bolt built up, and you don't really care about the 4-piece Illuminati in War, because or the 5-piece, I guess, because it's kind of just like old Illuminati at this point, Iron Man is a much better 5th for this mode. I wouldn't particularly build up either of them. You could RNG your way through this node just by setting it up in such a way that Black Panther Shuri is going to pop off at the right time on the final wave. Because this node is all about the final wave. Now, again, a really good part here is because we don't care about node 10, we can just, like, scrape by this node. As long as we beat this node, we're not going to use any of these characters again for this max run. So that's going to be really easy. I use the Black Panther Shuri special, targeting the Kraven in the far back left. You want to go over that Slayer's shoulders and able to get that. After that, I like to go ahead and throw the trauma up on everybody. It also puts out slow. Now I'm going to use Captain Britain's stun on the lizard over here. Boom, boom. Now we don't have to worry about him taking all our buffs away. Mr. Fantastic is going to get a nice de-stun on the Kraven. And now we've controlled, like, the hardest hitting characters that give you the hardest time. Now it's time to use some Iron Man action. Now what I will say is, because I'm streaming and because I'm recording, I did the stupidest thing ever. And I put Iron Man, who's an energy battery, and I didn't make him touch either Black Panther Shuri or Captain Britain. That could be a reset just from not getting the right energy out there, especially if you don't have these characters big enough. I assume I'm just going to be able to power through it, but you should definitely make sure you're getting that extra energy. All right, that Kraven up there is ability blocked. We'll go ahead and take care of this Abomination. Probably should have done it to the leader, but that's okay as well. Good stuff. And that's why we ability block to Kraven, so he's nice and controlled. And we'll throw this ultimate. It'll get rid of all the barrier the enemies have. This is good stuff so far. And we'll turn our attention to leader. The ultimate from the Iron Man does give energy. That's why Iron Man is just better than Black Bolt in this case. Like, yeah, there's a couple tech villains on here for sure. But just the straight energy from Iron Man to Black Panther and to Captain Britain is way, way more impactful. All right, now that we have the Namor and the Red Hulk here, it's time we turn our attention to them. Let's go ahead and start working on the Namor and try and avoid the Red Hulk just for a little bit, because we don't want to do attacks that don't control him but do give him charges. That's an awkward thing to do, right? We'll take the Namor out here. There's one charge to Red Hulk. Let's get Red Hulk defense down. The assists are absolutely ripping him apart. He will die to those bleeds. Not psych. He's going to die before that. I'll do the basic here. Now, what I want to do, this is how we set up this wave. This is how you could RNG your way through this wave. Once you've done the killer like you've seen me do here, or if you go to my original videos that have a much more detailed description about doing this, and do this without Captain Britain, we want to slow kill this wave. And if we slow kill this wave, we can set it up so that Black Panther Shuri is going to be going before the enemy Iron Patriots, before the enemy Goblin, and she can immediately destroy them with a really well-timed ultimate. And that's exactly what we're going to try and do here. Also, we could also stun. So if Captain Britain, now that more people are going to have him unlocked, if he's going to go right as the wave drops in, you can stun the Green Goblin. That'll have a very similar effect. Then I can stun a different Iron Patriot so we don't get pushed that way, and then I could ability block everybody, and it's just really easy if you set it up so that your characters are not, let's say, below 50% speed bar before you summon in that last wave. That's the trick to making this node much, much more bearable. Much, much more bearable, okay? That leads us to stage 3. That's the Brawler node, I believe. No, that's the global villain node. Okay, this one's super easy. We're just going in here with Orcus. That's your raid team. You better have built them up. If you haven't, shame on you. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take out Omega Sentinel. That's going to be Apocalypse's spot. And I'll take out Sentinel. That's going to be Agatha's spot. And for the most part, we're full sending this. In a perfect world, I won't use all of Apocalypse's abilities. I won't use all of Nimrod's, or at least Nimrod will have them back up and ready to go. Scientist Supreme should be ready with her ultimate for the final wave. And Lady Deathstrike in particular, I want her to have her ultimate or her special ready for the next node. But in reality, I want her to have both up so I can make the decision. It's going to depend on the size of your roster, essentially. Which ability from Lady Deathstrike you're going to need to open up that Brawler node. I kind of like doing the special, so I'm going to probably relax and let her kind of get that special back up. If I have to ult, that'll be fine too. If you don't have Blade built up at all, then you do need to have Lady Deathstrike special up, because we do need a turn meter rewind in some way, shape, or form. Alright, so I won't use Lady Deathstrike ultimate. We'll keep that on the back burner. My characters are so big, I'm actually pushing this faster than I had before, so I'm a little bit worried about not getting Lady Deathstrike's abilities back up. Alright, here we go. Bang, bang, bang. It's going to be a goner. Agent Venom to the bleed, I'm sure. Throw a slow over here, because why not? Alright, so we will have the special from Lady Deathstrike ready. Fantastic. This will take out Agent Venom as well as the Captain America. Well, one of them. Boom, boom. Sasquatch is still, well, it's not Sasquatch. I guess it's technically Starbrand, right? Who's the bigger threat here? Well, I guess, you know, we'll take out this guy. He's a damage dealer. This guy's got a slow, so I'm sure we'll take out the Iron Man before he's an issue. And Captain America World War II is dead. Oh, see, the level 105 is making this really skewed. I probably would have taken a little bit of a hit here. I maybe have done the Scientist Supreme special to heal myself up a bit. That's going to be something that you'll feel out. Like, you don't need to save every single cooldown. I basically basic my way through that node, right? But hey, if you got some characters like Lady Deathstrike, like Apocalypse, like Nimrod, between like levels 101, 105, that's going to help a lot. All right, here's a super hard note, guys. Do not be mad if this note is taking you longer than you feel it should. It's a tough one for sure. And it's going to be Nightcrawler focused here, as well as Expose focus will help quite a bit. Short Yellow Bus coming with the 10 dorks. Thank you, sir. You're the best. One of the big tricks I found here is to make my Nightcrawler a skirmisher. By making Nightcrawler a skirmisher, you are going to land a lot more of your slows. And after Nightcrawler skirmisher, lean into, you guessed it, new stat meta. Characters that were, put into the game or reworked after Ares. So it's just going to be an absolutely tremendous amount of damage. We're going to get lots of energy from the endgame Thanos, and that's all we need to do here. So I'm going to make sure that I take out this Lady Deathstrike. We get double rewind on her. And my Lady Deathstrike, if you don't have 3 Diamond Lady Deathstrike, you're not about to get the one shot on her there. Normally, she'll drop super low, and she'll die to the bleeds. And that's going to be enough, okay? Now, with your blade, this is important. We don't want to hit the same sentinels we just rewound. We want to rewind all the sentinels. So we'll come over to this sentinel in the middle, on the bottom tier here. Make sure we're hitting as many people as possible. And this is going to be another 20% rewind. And that's going to let us get set up with a bunch of exposes, get energy, get stuns on the people we want to. In particular, Omega Sentinel here. We got the stun to land. We didn't get the exposed to land, so that's kind of lame, but it is what it is. Now I want to look at the various sentinels, and I want to see, do I have to control one of these? And if I do have to control one of these, which one? Because we're going to be having a stun come up from Nightcrawler here, as well as he puts an expose out. That can help us get a lot of our energy back, right? So I'll throw it on the sentinel that has the most life. The other guys, I'm not worried they're going to survive. I didn't land the expose, so it's not really going to help me. Instead, I'm just going to have not that ability up for the next attack. And honestly, with these exposes not landing, I am very, very much considering backing out. Because if I don't have, Nightcrawler Ultimate ready for that next Brawler node, it can be an absolute nightmare. If I don't have Lady Deathstrike, all of her abilities up, that's an absolutely big nightmare, right? So, yeah, I would reset it now. In fact, I think that's what we're going to do right here. I just don't think it's worth the risk of not getting it done here. I'll keep an eye on cooldowns, and we'll see how it goes. Ugh. We'll make sure we kill some sentinels here. At least Ancient One does fuel her own energy with the crits, as you can see there. But still no stuns ready. Still no abilities ready. Ugh. This is the trap, guys. This is a trap. The trap is here. You finish the wave. You feel like you're in a really good spot because your characters are full life, but you don't have Nightcrawler Ultimate ready for the next node. You just use Lady Deathstrike Ultimate to clear that wave. You're low on cooldowns. That's not what you want to do. You've reset that. Yeah, it sucks to have to fight the resistance boss in this game, but it's just the way it's going to be. So we'll do the exact same thing we did last time, right? It wasn't really broke. We just got bad luck on some of the resists here. So there's that. Recycle the formula. Good stuff. Let's land this expose this time, Thanos. There we go. There's the expose. Don't care about the trauma. I'd rather get the expose so I can get energy going here. Alright, let's go ahead and throw this. Big damage from Ancient One. She is now farmable in the Spotlight Orb, guys. She's the secret weapon, by the way. For players that didn't have this done yet, she is the secret weapon to make the Brawler section that much easier. Her damage is absolutely insane. Whoops, I put that stun on Omega Red on accident. That's not what I wanted to do, so we're going to have to take out this Sentinel as quickly as possible. And then we'll start taking out these Sentinels. Okay, we'll hit right here. So there's Thanos throwing out a bunch of energy. And let's do this here, not hitting the Omega Red, because he's not going to give 4 energy out. He's going to die anyway. What a bum. Alright, we'll throw the ultimate here. Hitting one more expose. Good stuff. This takes the Sabretooth. Now, Nightcrawler, I assume you can... Oh, you can't even special. You're close to your... You're really close to your ultimate, though. Looking decent enough. I'll do the special here, so I can just use the Lady Deathstrike ultimate on the next wave. Blade has his ultimate ready. That's going to be good. I'm not going to use Thanos abilities here because the expose won't feed enough energy back to make this work. I'm actually pushing this so much faster than I would like Nightcrawler will not have his ultimate up. It's okay. He's got his special up. This is interesting. Actually having a smaller team would make this, like, technically easier. Not technically in the sense that I'm not just going to blow up the next wave, but technically in the sense that you would have the better abilities ready to go. Alright, now we're going to do the Mercenary Undying node. So, this is a really tough one, because both of these teams technically are luxury teams, right? The one person who's not a luxury is Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan is just so good. He basically carries the Mutant Raid team right now. So what you're going to want to do for these nodes is basically throw in fodder with Old Man Logan. If you have, like, Deadpool and Pandapool built up, that's great, because they have, obviously, like, infinite lives. Juggernaut as a pre-taunt is okay. Basically, for both these nodes, the name of the game is don't let Old Man Logan die before he does his special. Have special or ultimate ready for both nodes, and you're going to be fine. He's going to solo it, assuming you have him at least at, like, 7 red stars. So I'll come in here, and what I would love to do is just avoid Old Man Logan getting hit here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the Deathpool special. That's going to call Old Man Logan in over there. So Old Man Logan is now going to go before the Spider Weaver. We can get rid of this taunt here, or he'll resist it. This event is just the resist event, but that's okay. As long as we don't get, like, a really nasty perma kill here, we're pretty good, and that's why we wanted Old Man Logan to go when he did. By Old Man Logan going then, he ended up getting the Safeguard and the Death Proof, so he would not have perma-died to that Kestrel ultimate. As long as you don't have that happen, I could have Deathpool die, I could have Dakin die, I could have Deadpool or Pandapool die. I prefer them not, but you can. It's just about Old Man Logan and making sure you have at least 4 other characters to head into the next node with him and do their job, which is the same thing here. Same thing as here. And we're going to show it because Pandapool is super dead. That is a perma kill from the Weaver. Good times, good times. There is also, by the way, a way to get ahead of this Weaver and not have her do anything. That's all. That's the end of that statement. There is a way to do it. It's a little bit more complicated, and it seems needlessly complicated, to be honest with you. All right, we lose the Death Pool. Let's go ahead here. This is a little bit of a rewind, so we'll throw this at the Weaver. Now I'm being asked, aren't you supposed to prep Death Pool with Gwenpool in the first node to delete the pre-taunt? You can. It's not necessary. This is literally just the Old Man Logan node. Once he gets going, he doesn't stop. Weaver can get as many charges up as she wants at this point. It's just not going to matter. I'll throw the Death Pool special. Another hit on her there. Looks like Deadpool is gone as well. We'll show here why it literally is just the Old Man Logan show. All right, there you go. We can throw another ult now. And that should be it for Weaver, and then that's it for the node. It's as simple as that. I got Dakin. He's going to do some good damage here because he's so built, but you just don't need it. Your Old Man Logan will infinitely have his revives or his ultimate. He's going to get so much speed bar. He's going to lap these characters. There's very few characters on here that will one-shot even your smaller Old Man Logans. Minus the Spider Weaver, as you saw. She was kicking ass. Is anyone going to survive to give me more speed bar? I don't think so. Oh, you know what? The Vol would have survived. Oh, well. All right, there you go. Gone, gone, gone. Last wave comes in, and this is just the get ahead of the Kang node, and you win. And that's essentially what's going to happen here. I'll throw the special. That's going to be it for Kang. He's going to die to the bleeds. Even Ultron is going to go down here. These bots are actually going to help us. This is great. Old Man Logan's going to lap them here. And then Old Man Logan has his ultimate up for the following node. We only have Dakin left, and I'm fine with that. This was actually pretty bad. Essentially, you can get ahead of that Weaver, not have her do her permakills. They keep reviving, and away you go. But as you saw, how much did Deadpool do there? He didn't do any damage. How much did Pandapool there? No damage. Deathpool? No damage. It's the Old Man Logan show, and it is what it is. It's good that you only have to invest with him. All right, now we have the Annihilator node. The Annihilator node, the Annihilator node. It's super annoying. Let's just get that out of the way. The Annihilator node is super annoying. because there's going to be 2 panda pools, and they're essentially going to be trying to do what I wanted my panda pool to do on the prior node, but they have a much easier time surviving our perma kill character, which is Gore. So one of the things we want to do here is just get a defense down on the Sasquatch far left. Use your Gore basic for that. Then Ultimus punches him. And that should get the Sasquatch so low that if he doesn't die like you just saw mine die there, at the very least he's going to lose his taunt and he will not regain his taunt. He'll be below 75% life. After that, we're going to go ahead and get an expose on this Sasquatch. If we had the ultimate up for Thanos, I would not have used it. Primarily because of what you see here. You see these panda pools, they do have a taunt that just procs as soon as they go below 50% life. So what we want to do is either get them dropped really low and kill them before they do this. If we cannot kill them before we do this, they just heal up and you get stuck in this infinite stupid panda loop. And this is exactly what's about to happen. So I'm probably just going to reset this until we get the right sort of peels, the right sort of hits. And it looks like this could be getting skewed from having level 105 characters, for whatever that's worth. All right, this panda is going to be a 50, so now he's got a taunt. Let's see if we can take him out before he heals back up. Looking good on that front. And the next panda's not taunting yet. Old Man Logan's not on the field yet, but he's going to be soon. Let's get an ability block on this panda. The striker attack from Gore. I have Gore as a striker, by the way, for this exact reason. This hits primary and adjacents. Let's go ahead and do this. And then, yeah, we'll do the special. Remember, Old Man Logan will not gain speed bar when you hit him so long as you have that arena rule turned on, which we absolutely do. Panda Pool does have a 100% revive chance. Now that Old Man Logan is on the field, I guess 60% chance. But as soon as we can get off him, you kill him. You take him out. You take no quarters. And then we'll start working on some of these other dangerous characters. North Stars, not that big a deal. We'll take him out next. I'll try and get some energy to my Thanos, so see if we can get him to be ulting on the start of the next Brawler node to start beating him up. He takes these hits really well. Yeah, Thanos is getting that energy. It's perfect. We will not be using any of these characters except Thanos, so this is fine. And there you go. Thanos is good to go, so he's ready for the Brawler node, unlike the bum Nightcrawler. Okay. The next node is going to be... This is the villain node, I think, right? Villain node, again, we're going to use Lady Deathstrike. You don't have to. If you have all of her abilities up, you don't want to use her, do that. Otherwise, you can use Lady Deathstrike. I'll try and use the exact same team I just used in case for whatever reason you have to build these characters up from scratch, though hopefully it's not the case since, you know, we have Apocalypse here and we have raid characters. Hopefully you're not in that boat. Okay. So Lady Deathstrike, once again, we want to get her abilities all the way up if we can, or at the very least have her special or ultimate up. One of them at the very least. All right, yeah, I'll just YOLO the ultimate. We'll see if we can get her special up instead. Let's go for the ability block here. Good stuff. All right, we'll finish these guys off. The big time Spider-Man hits like an absolute truck here, which is why I'm going for him. Lady Deathstrike is one turn away from her special, so she's good now. I say that because I could wipe this wave with Agatha. There's still a couple enemies coming left, so we're still going to get at least one more turn with Lady Deathstrike, but you might want to slow play this. Going into the next node with the proper cooldowns up is so much more important than getting through it with good life. Yes, there's a Gambit on the next wave, and that sucks sometimes, but if you don't have the right abilities, it can just be undoable, basically. Let's just go for the Agatha, I guess. She's got a bleed now, so this would mess her up, sure. Alright. Agatha's now done. That one swarm is dead. Oh, Agatha's not dead. What a cheeky one. Lady Deathstrike is looking pretty good. I'm still just going to leave that person up, though. Let's just hit, not all. I just want to hit primary and adjacents here. We'll take these guys out so no damage goes on to my Lady Deathstrike, but I would like for her to get at least one more attack off. She's going to get rewound here. That's okay. We'll heal block too. That's okay. If she gets too low, we'll back out, but I'm hoping that Scientist Supreme will get a nice little heal on her here. I'll flip this speed up to slow. Or not. Oh, come on, don't kill her, Agatha. She's super dead, isn't she? That's alright. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Now is the Brawler node. So this is going to be the second last node we're going to have to do. So yeah, this one is really tough, guys. It was kind of the joke node when we first did it, but it is by no means a pushover node. And the good part is, because the first node is kind of trivialized by bringing in Nightcrawler, you could do multiple attacks here. Like, let's look at some of the Brawlers you should have built up. You should have Moon Knight built up. You should have Namor built up. So that's a raid character. That's a character for a legendary unlock. Old Man Logan, Guardian, and Pav. You should have them built up. Those are 2 raid characters. Some Superior 6 members. Vol used to be a raid character. Maybe you have her built up. Or maybe you just have those 4, you know, kind of raid characters you can plug in, get a bunch of damage, come in, and then do a cleanup. That's perfectly acceptable. I'll just come in like this. I'll leave Nightcrawler to skirmishers. Not as necessary this fight. We'll do this anyway. He'll still give the speed bar. He won't have his ultimate available, but that's okay. He might have it next time, depending on the energy that goes out from these exposes. All right, do a little turn meter rewind on the rogue here. That's great. She's going to taunt, and then my Lady Deathstrike is going to rewind her again. Oh, she's not going to taunt because that expose. So, okay, that got flipped. All right, so now she would taunt, but this is an interesting situation because I could go for a bunch of kills here. You absolutely could. I'll do this here instead. This will rewind the enemy rogue, which is great. Wow, I didn't even know it could chain to her once she's in stealth. This is going swimmingly. So now Thanos, because we got all his energy back up on the Annihilator node, he's able to ult, takes all of their buffs off. Rogue's got that taunt up, but guess what? New stat character is going to just annihilate her. The assist from Blade demolishes. That is an awakened ability, to my understanding. Nightcrawler didn't get any of the energy from hitting that Bishop's expose. That's a tragedy. All right, Rogue's down, and now, of course, we just want to take out the Gambit, and once we do that, I mean, it's just over at that point. Farmable Blade, such an amazing character. If you don't have him at least 2 diamonds, you are missing out. You're missing out big time. Get your Blade in order if you haven't already. All right, Nightcrawler unavoidable. Oh, not before the Gambit pops off with a big ult. Retaliation not going to land. Expose. Can't expose somebody who's dead, unfortunately. Wow, that Thanos is just crazy. Absolutely cranked. And yeah, we'll special. Okay, this is a very important lesson. I was watching a buddy play the game, and just because you have both your special and ultimate available doesn't mean you always use the ultimate. Sometimes the special's better. Sometimes the special flips buffs. Sometimes the special hits everybody instead of just a rebound chain or hitting one person really hard. You gotta know what your ability's doing in this game, oddly enough. All right, let's take out the people that are dead, and then I'm gonna throw in, let's see, we'll go Hela. I'll throw in Zombie Juggernaut. That's not Zombie Juggernaut. I'll throw in Zombie Juggernaut. And you know what? Just for the real bad manners, I'll put Bullseye in. Bullseye increases Mercenary crit by like a certain amount, which is just kind of a funny thing to do. Just to really establish, you don't need much for these nodes. So Greg does go first. Lets you get the speed bar advantage. Then we can go ahead and ult. That's going to rip apart the cloak. Old Man Logan stops the Nova from getting charges, which is super beneficial here. I assume Cloak just bleeds out here, but you never know. A little bit of speed bar to my Juggernaut for that hit, as well as to Old Man Logan for getting hit. That's a big Juggernaut. He's going to do a lot of damage. I am kind of trapped by the size of my characters. It's not the most interesting content. But hey, here's what I'll give myself another shameless plug. The original videos for this trial has much better, much more in-depth insights. I put a lot of editing into that video. It's definitely going to help you if you're not on the veteran side of the rosters, where this event kind of becomes a little bit dumbed down. Like, if you are still working towards the 7-star Shadow King, those videos are going to be the ones for you. And I'll link both of those in the description and a pinned comment of this video. Hopefully you went there first, because that's going to be way, way, way more beneficial to everybody. All right, we'll go for the Adam Warlock here just because we can. Let's take him out because he would just remove a bunch of buffs if we didn't. Old Man Logan just spamming energy. We can't stun him here, so I guess we'll stun the Thor. There you go. All right, those two are gonna be donezo. I can't believe Bullseye is still alive. My guy's going crazy. Is Bullseye gonna see the end of this node? Level 105 is insane. Bullseye made it to the end of this node. And that's it for the Shadow King trial, guys. It's as simple as that. Just have level 105 among most of the characters you use for this. Have a 1 diamond on your Captain Britain and you're good to go. And that's it. And that's going to be your final milestones. No, but seriously, guys, lean into those new character stats. Prep that Nightcrawler. If you want, you can prep the Death Pool. That'll help you a little bit. Though that makes the first node a little bit trickier. If you have Mephisto, it shouldn't be that big a deal to get him prepped. Or to get her prepped, rather. Other characters that you could get prepped, you could get Pav prepped. So if you have Pav with his ultimate ready and you throw him at a Brawler node, if you're struggling on a Brawler node, with, say, Guardian, that's an offense up Pav who you probably have at level 100 gear to 19 for his use in DD7, probably Purple ISO for his use in Dark Dimension 8, and that would super help you. But yeah, if you are struggling whatsoever, check out the videos in the pinned comment and the description because they go absolutely hard on the theory crafting side, min-maxing, depending on what your needs are for a smaller roster, which of course, I was very competitive in this event with a, wasn't a free-to-play roster, but it wasn't a whale roster by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it finds you well. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to be having some war footage. Let's go. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.